Brooklyn robs the best.
Introducing, ladies and gentlemen.
And we don't pay mooks. There ain't nothing wrong with me, my friend. I'm feeling fine. Keep your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah! A good plan. But that's not enough to kill me.
Are you really ready for some super dynamite?
The biggest stars.
I ain't playing.
The fact of it is, I have no weaknesses.
Brooklyn.
AKA the human highlight film.
And now, on with the show.
What's up, everybody? 4K here. It's been a while since I did my last video, and I'm glad to be back. I took some time off to do some work-related things, family things, and now I'm finally back doing a Blu-ray update for you guys. It's been quite some time since I did one, so it's been about 4 months or so. But anyways, I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad some of you are still subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I understand, not doing videos for quite some time, you tend to lose subscribers, but that's part of the nature of the game. But like I said, I had other important obligations to take care of, and those things come first. But anyways, I have a Blu-ray update for you guys from the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale, 50% off sale haul that just passed a couple of weeks ago. About 2 weeks it ended already, so I'm going to show you the titles that I got. Also, this video that I'm shooting at, showing you guys right now, is shot in 4K. So if you have a 2015 Mac computer capable of 4K resolution, or a television, you could go right ahead, go to the settings with the little gears, hit that, hit 21 by 60, and you can view this video in 4K. So finally I get to do a video with my title name in it in 4K resolution, so that's pretty exciting. But anyway, let's get to the titles. Towards the end of the video, I will give special shout outs, and I'll let you know the whereabouts of Lenny, which Lenny has been missing for quite some time now, so I don't know where he's at. But anyway, I'll get to that towards the end of the video. But first, let me show you the first Criterion title that I got from the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale. The first movie I have here is directed by Carol Reed. Carol Reed, most of you might know, directed The Third Man with Orson Welles, which I have not seen. This is my first Carol Reed film that I've viewed and I picked up because the trailer looked pretty interesting, and that is Odd Man Out. This is Criterion Spine 754. This was filmed in 1947, and it runs 116 minutes. And movie's about a man who just got out of jail, and him and his buddies are planning a robbery, and fresh out of jail, planning this robbery, and his friends are kind of like skeptical and want him to take his time. He just got out of jail. They don't want him to go right into the life of crime right away, but so be it. He just goes anyway, commits his robbery, and it turns out being very bad. Ends up being with someone being murdered, and the police are involved. And as the police are chasing the individuals as they escape the robbery, the actor here, I believe his name is James Mason, he ends up getting wounded by one of the police officers, and his crew ends up leaving him behind, which ends up him being a fugitive on the run in the very same town that he grew up in, and so he becomes a wanted man. So the movie just tells you what struggles he has to go through. He's a dead man walking, and he encounters the town people who are interested in this reward they put out for him. There's also a love interest in the film that she's wondering about his whereabouts, if he's okay. But overall, it's a beautifully shot film. I love the black and white images of this film, the long shots they use, the fog, very nice. It looks great on Blu-ray. And definitely, if you have not seen Odd Man Out, I highly recommend it. And I can't wait to check out Carol Reed's other film, The Third Man, which is considered one of the best noir films ever made. But definitely worth a watch here. This is Odd Man Out. The next Criterion that I got here, I didn't get from the sale. I got from Nate the Empty Theater a couple of months back. He had a sale going on of his own. And I ended up picking up Charles Chaplin, The Great Dictator. This is Charlie Chaplin's take on, a comedic take on Adolf Hitler. This is Criterion Spine 565. The movie was from 1940, runs 125 minutes, and it's a nice, warm comedy, comedic take on the evil dictator Hitler, and Chaplin puts his spin on it. Very funny performance, very heartfelt, and also towards the end of the film, there's a nice message towards the end, a very strong political message towards the end of the film. But I really enjoyed it. Actually, this is my first time watching a Chaplin film in its entirety. I did see parts of the Gold Rush, but I didn't get to finish that. But I did finish this one, and I really enjoyed this very much, and I can't wait to see some of Charlie Chaplin's other films in the Criterion library. So this is The Great Dictator, Criterion Spine 565. The next Criterion I have here is from David Lynch, and it's Criterion Spine 779. And you've never seen this film, and this is Mulholland Drive. This film stars Naomi Watts, and for what I understand, this is a very dreamy type of film. This was made in 2001, and it runs 146 minutes, and it's kind of a dreamy film. One film that you, from what I was reading, you'd really have to watch and really pay attention to determine whether or not what's going on is real or not real. Very a typical David Lynch film, but I heard so many great things about this, and like I said, this was a blind buy, so I really can't get much more into detail about it, but happy to have it and happy to check it out when I get the chance. That's Mulholland Drive. The next Criterion I have here is Criterion Spine 777. Is David Cronenberg's The Brood. This was filmed in 1979, and it runs 82 minutes. Very psychological, creepy film about a woman who's receiving some type of radical form of psychotherapy at a remote, mysterious location institute, and the movie's about like her and her husband. They have like some type of a disconnect. She becomes institutionalized, and he ends up taking care of their daughter, and then as the film progresses, these weird little creatures come about, and they start terrorizing the man and his family, and even the lady's daughter. And it's just a very creepy, psychological body horror film, typical David Cronenberg. If a lot of you guys seen The Fly and Scanners, you could well know what type of film you're getting into with David Cronenberg, with that psychological horror and body horror. But I had a good time with this. This is a fun watch, and the ending of the film is really, really crazy when you finally see where these little demonic creatures came from, and I really enjoyed this film. Very creepy film. That's The Brood. The next Criterion title I have here is Spine 176. It's a double feature of Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. You have the original version, the 1946 version, which runs 102 minutes, and you have the made-for-TV movie / theatrical release. I'll get to that in a minute, of the 1964 Killers with Lee Marvin. Really, really cool film. I really enjoyed the first film, the original film, the 1946 version. Just tells a story of a guy who runs into this lady, has like a relationship with this lady, and this film actually, the first film stars Burt Lancaster. I forgot to mention that, and she's like a femme fatale type of woman. Uses Burt Lancaster as a object to get to use him to be a part of a robbery, and he gets too involved with her, and she's involved with another person, and it ends up that he ends up being murdered, and they're trying to put the pieces together on why he was being murdered. So sorry if I give away the plot or the main storyline of the film, but that's what it's about. But overall, it was a fun film. I really had fun with it. The 1964 Killers, like I said, was a made-for-TV film, but it was deemed too violent, so they did a theatrical release, and that version kind of reminded me a little bit of Pulp Fiction. It had like the two hitmen in the film kind of reminded me of Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson's characters to a certain degree, but it was a highly enjoyable film, and it also stars Ronald Reagan. He plays the main villain in the remake. But if I had my preference, I prefer the original 1946 Killers. But two for the price of one, you can't go wrong. And that's Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. The next Blu-ray title I have here from Criterion is Criterion Spine 274. This is directed by Jules Dessin. It's called Night in the City. Jules Dessin also directed Rafifi, which I can't wait to see. I did not see Rafifi. And also The Naked City, which was shot in New York. So those are two films that I'm anticipating to watch from this director. This film is about a two-bit hustler named Harry Fabian, who basically cons his way and tries to get into the business of promoting wrestling in London. And he's just a con artist that doesn't have any type of remorse for anyone. He just wants things done his way, and he just wants to just use people to get what he wants as accomplishments as far as being a street hustler and a two-bit con man. But overall, this is a fun film. I really like this a lot. I like the way it was shot, and very tense moments also in this film, you know, as the film progresses, when the people who Harry conned are going after him for deceiving them and lying to them and stealing their money, basically like the mafia, going after him and whatnot. But this is a terrific film. This was from 1950, and the running time is 95 minutes. That's Night in the City. The next Criterion I have here is Criterion Spine 770, and this is Brian De Palma's Dress to Kill with Michael Caine, Nancy Allen, Angie Dickinson. This is a erotic thriller. This has Hitchcock written all over it. This is basically Brian De Palma, I guess, wanted to pay homage to Alfred Hitchcock and did this film. But this is a fun film. Really, it has a really unique twist to it towards the end, and it's about a down and out wife who's depressed, who goes to a psychiatrist, played by Michael Caine. The depressed wife is she's having trouble in her marriage, is Angie Dickinson, and then one thing leads to another, and one of Michael Caine's patients ends up becoming jealous of the fact that she's actually putting advances onto Michael Caine sexually, and she ends up being killed, and they're trying to figure out who killed her, and they trying to determine this whole mess with this patient of Michael Caine, which has a twist, but I don't want to give it away. But I had a really good time with this. Like I said, if you love Hitchcock, this is a great film. It pays homage to Alfred Hitchcock, and this was made in 1980, and it runs 105 minutes, and that's Dress to Kill. The next Criterion film I have here is directed by Jack Clayton, and it's The Innocence. This is Criterion Spine 727. This was made in 1961. It runs 100 minutes, and this is a psychological horror film, very creepy film about a nanny who is paid to take care of these two kids and basically become their mother because they have an uncle. He's very wealthy, doesn't have time to spend with these two kids of his, and she ends up taking the job to raise these kids. Basically, she becomes like a mother-like figure, and she ends up finding out that these kids are being traumatized by some spirits of people who used to work there that died, that kind of consumed these two children. Overall, the cinematography is gorgeous in this film. It's shot very wide, and it's just gorgeous to look at. It's a very creepy film. The beginning song, that theme song, just sticks to your head, and the ending as well is something that you won't forget about. But the great cinematic achievement by Jack Clayton. It's just a beautifully shot psychological horror film, and that's The Innocence. The next Criterion I have here is Criterion number 90, and this is a blind buy. I've never seen this film, but the trailer looks great, and that's 1965's Iodine. This is directed by Masasaki Kobayashi, who also did another notable film, samurai film from Criterion called Harakiri, which a lot of people are recommending to me to watch after I see Iodine. Iodine is based on, it's a horror anthology based on 3 Greek ghost stories. So, like I said, I've never seen it, so I can't really tell you how the film is, but from the trailer looks great. This is also, it's praised for cinematography, and it looks really nice from the trailer. But this is a horror anthology from Japan, so you can't go wrong with that, and I can't wait to check it out. And once I'm done watching this, I'll go check out Harakiri, because I'm hearing a lot of good things about that film from the director who did this, Kobayashi. But this was made in 1965, and this movie is 183 minutes, so it's 3 hours and 3 minutes long. But yeah, it looks great from the trailer, so that's Iodine. And last but not least, I had to pick me up this Criterion box set from a native New Yorker from Long Island, which I've never seen any of his films, but I heard his style of filmmaking is very unique. And it's one, if you love film, you definitely have to check out his movies. And I have not seen any of these 5 films, just word of mouth and what I've been reading about this man right here. And this is Criterion Spine 250, and this is the John Cassavetes 5 film set, which I got during the sale with an extra, I believe I had 20% off coupon on top of the 50. I was already a member, so I got additional 10%. Long story short, I got this for $40, and this contains 5 films. Here you have 1959, Shadows, 1968, Faces, 1974, A Woman Under the Influence, 1976 version of The Chinese Bookie. You have the Killing of the Chinese Bookie, and then also you have the 1978 version of The Killing of the Chinese Bookie, which is then you have Opening Night. So definitely really cool. You have 5 films here. They come in digipacks. I'm not gonna take these movies out, but I never seen any of his movies, but I can't wait to check it out. I read so much about Cassavetes, and being a fellow New Yorker from Long Island, I can't wait to check him out. He has a lot of influence on a lot of filmmakers, current filmmakers now, a strong influence on his way of directing and shooting scenes. So definitely happy to have this in my set, and I will definitely let you know my take on all these films when I get a chance to check them out. And that's the John Cassavetes 5 films Criterion box set. So that concludes my first video in over like 4 months in regards to a Blu-ray update. That's my Barnes & Noble Criterion sale haul. So let me show you guys the whole stack. There you go. There's all the films that I got in the Criterion sale, plus the Criterion that I got from Nate when he was selling off some of his movies. So yeah, so I'm, like I said, I'm happy to be back, and I can't wait to do. I have tons of other videos that I want to do. I have a Black Friday haul, which I'm waiting for a couple of packages to come in to show you guys what I picked up. I have tons of movies just laying on my floor that I've been backed up over 3 months, and I hopefully I could get around to showing you those movies that I got, because I actually have some movies that I gotten via trade from fellow YouTubers, and I definitely want to show you what I traded for with them. And you know, you can go to their channels. I have stuff from Movie Cave Dave. I got stuff from Blu-ray Hoarder, The Visual Expression, to name a few. But definitely have to show you guys that update, and definitely my mega Black Friday haul, which I did get a lot of things. So can't wait to show you that in my next video. But like I said, I've been busy lately, so I mean, just work, family. It was kind of tough making time for video. Okay, some special shout outs I want to give here right before I end this video. I want to give a special shout out to Leroy Green 85, Killer Tapes 93, Big Block Blu-ray, The Culture Dog, Visual Expression, Movie Cave Dave, Blu-ray Hoarder. Who else? Who else am I forgetting here? Nate the Empty Theater. And who else? Who else? I want to give a special shout out to, of course, Professor Aaron Pin. Damn, I'm trying to think. Well, I can't think of anything. I got like I'm blocked right now, and I do apologize, but there's so many guys I want to thank, and hopefully I could get that out to you in the next video. After End Media, Jordan from After End Media, I want to give him a special shout out. Ben, Blu-ray Ben Parsons, great guy, great amigo of mine from Spain. And yeah, that's it pretty much for now. So I want to say thank you to all you, to those guys and all of you for sticking by me. I know I haven't done a video in a long time, so I really appreciate your support. And also in regards to Lenny, he's not around. He just like wandered off, and he's doing his own little thing. So hopefully the next video that I put up for Black Friday, I will have Lenny in it. So for now, Lenny is not gonna be in, you know, obviously he's not in this video, but hopefully I could put Lenny in the next video if he's still around. But he's doing all right, and pretty soon Lenny will be leaving me, and I do apologize. I haven't got a chance to really do footage with Lenny out in New York City because I've been just so busy. But hopefully I could squeeze him in for one more update video. But that's it for now, guys. I want to thank you once again, and I really appreciate all you guys' support, and all of you who stuck by me as long as I had my channel. But I will also put all my social media links down below in the description box, and you can check out my Instagram, Twitter, Culture Pop TV sites, and yeah. So that's it for now. This is 4K Cinema HD signing out, saying peace, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.